Hey friends, I just wanted to reach out to you today. I'm on a work trip and all my work is just about done and I'm just relaxing today. And before I even put on my makeup or anything, I wanted to talk to you about a mistake that we make in life, like a mistake we don't want to make, but so many times we do. So if we've never met before, maybe someone shared this video with you. My name is Mary Starr Carter. I'm known as the Total Wellness Doc and Mom. I started my career more than 20 plus years ago. Actually started way long time ago when I was on my way to medical school and interning in labor and delivery and helping mamas deliver babies, and they would have me do crazy things and I was like, I don't even know what I'm doing, but it was so fun seeing new life come into the world. And that is really what things are about. Hey Jennifer, it's like that foundation, it's like that beginning, and that is one of the mistakes that so many times we make in life is we don't build that strong foundation in the beginning, right? In our beginnings. I don't know how those two stories relate, but they will. So recently, I've seen this in my own life, talking with some of my associates that I work with, talking with friends who are trying to lose weight. It's a huge mistake that we all make, and it happens a lot of times in the beginning, but it can happen in the middle. It can happen even towards the end, and it's not building a strong foundation. Not building a strong foundation. Well, what do I mean by that? What do you mean like a strong foundation? Well, let me give you an example, say in business, okay? So I work in a business where we market and sell wellness products. And so a lot of times people get involved with us because they've had incredible results with our wellness products. And so they get started and they're having so much fun and they're sharing with their friends, but they haven't done any of the fundamental work like setting up business hours, talking to their family like, hey, I'm actually running a little business and here's the boundaries I need around on Tuesdays and Thursdays, from 7 to 9, I'm going to be working my business. Like they don't set up those things. So very easily when things get rolling, they can get overwhelmed. Right? They can get overwhelmed. Or it can be, say, you are going to cosmetology or becoming a hairstylist and you're so excited. You're learning all these things. I found this with a lot of chiropractors. We got really good at our skill of adjusting, but had no foundational marketing techniques. So we opened up our doors, whether you're a hairstylist, a chiropractor, or whatever, and nobody came because we didn't have the foundational skills to build a business. We knew how to adjust really well. Some of us were like outstanding superstars, but we didn't have the skill to build a business. How about in nutrition, right? So in my nutritional, when I'm coaching people, we have a foundational nutritional product. And the reason it's foundational is because, excuse me, my hand's hurting here, is because it infuses such good nutrients into the body. It doesn't have to be digested. It's liquid. It has amazing antioxidants, and it's the foundation of what most people need. I haven't found anyone actually who doesn't need this. So if I go ahead and say, oh, no, I think you need this first or you need that, and maybe that could even help the person's symptoms, right? Maybe it's digestion. They use some of our enzymes, or it's vitamin C because they want to boost their immune system, all those things. But if we don't have that foundational core nutrition, then we're just kind of putting Band-Aids on. Does that make sense? So those of you who work with the oils, right? Did you know that we have a foundational oil? It's called Valor. And we were very sad when we ran out of black spruce, and Gary Young so valiantly, and a whole group of amazing people bought this land up way up in Canada and worked night and day to build us a distillery so that we could have our Valor again. So this is a foundational essential oil that we use on the bottoms of our feet. We can use them on our shoulders. It has a beautiful smell, and it's very grounding. So what a lot of people say is when they use Valor every day as their foundational oil, they have more energy, they have more stamina. I've heard this from so many people, especially those who work on their feet. With children, they have more confidence, they feel better, all of that, right? Smells always improve our mood too. So that's the foundation. We skip the foundation. Now let's say we're in business, right? And we want to get to that 1,000, if it's a side hustle, side business, we're doing it part-time without extra $1,000 a month. Maybe it's $10,000 a month, right? Or you have these ideas and you want to do these things. So you're working towards making this money, but you haven't set up foundational things like bookkeeping or bank accounts so that you're saving for your taxes. That's a big thing that I see with a lot of us who are 1099, a lot of us who get a 1099 is like an independent contractor. So in the business that I run and the associates I work with, we're independent contractors. But maybe you have sales funnels and you sell a book or anything like that. If you don't have that foundational thing, what will eventually happen is that things will grow and you'll be making money. It'll be going awesome. But your foundation is crumbling and you're overdue on your taxes. Okay, been there many times, many times because I didn't have the foundational, I can't wrap my brain around that. That's not me. I'm not analytical like that, or my husband's too busy, all of those things. And I've had those excuses a lot of years. And I've been very blessed when my husband has been able to work with me and hasn't had another full-time job where he could come in the business and help with. But ultimately, if that's my business, that's my responsibility to build that foundation. And there are so many good resources out there, but a lot of times you have to pay for some of those resources, or sometimes you find a great bookkeeper and maybe they have a loss in their family and you lose that. Like business is up and down. Weight loss is up and down, right? Weight loss. I am having such great results we just did a 30-day sugar detox and stuff, but I am part of a weight loss group that gives us 5 key foundational things to do every day. And it's so awesome. Like 46 years I've had of struggling with my weight, and I'm like, oh, I get it now. Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't want to give away those 5 keys. If you want to be a part of that, let me know and I'll get you into the groups. Very inexpensive. It's awesome. But it's like, yeah. So one of the big mistakes we make is not building that foundation. So it's okay. Let's talk about some other things, right? Parenting. That's probably like the craziest thing ever, that we go to school all those years. Some of us have higher education. We learn all of these things, but to be a parent, especially like people like me who grew up as an only child, or maybe had just sisters or, whatever, and now you've got to raise boys. Like there's no, how do you do this, right? How do you do this? And that also is the next subject I want to talk about, is mentorship. Having good mentorship. Marriage, right? What's your foundation in your marriage? Are you talking regularly, right? Are you communicating? Do you understand the different personalities of your spouse and you and your kids? Do you or man versus woman, do you get any of those things? That's all foundational. So why I share these things is we make this mistake, we miss out on the basic foundations, and it causes trouble. In business, you're going to have overdue taxes. You could have overwhelm, burnout. Been there, okay? wanted to give up a business that was making boo-goo bucks, right? Even years ago, before I was making really, really great money, it was making a full-time income, and I wanted to give it away because I was so burned out working 40, 50, 60 hours a week. It was crazy, crazy. In marriage, you're going to want to quit if you don't build that foundation, right? Parenting, we're going to want to scream at our kids, pull our hair out, have nervous breakdowns, right? I've met moms and myself in periods of time that's all happened because we didn't have that foundation. Okay, so what do you need to do to build your foundation? First, you need to recognize where do I need it, right? Be aware. Where do I need it? And we probably need it in all areas of our life, right? Whether it's our spiritual life, what's the foundation of that? Where's our marriage, our health, but pick the area that maybe you're the most struggling with right now. Pick that area and then decide, look for good mentorship, good training to help you boost that up, help you, like if in marriage, would I talk to someone who's like, has a struggling marriage, who's been divorced multiple times? Would I talk to maybe a counselor or someone who has a really strong marriage, who's been through hard times, who's, all of those things? In business, do I want to get results from somebody? If I want to earn $10,000 a month, am I going to talk to someone who's just earning $1,000 a month? No. I'm going to want to learn from someone who's earning $10,000 a month. If I want to be a millionaire, I'm going to learn from people who've successfully achieved those goals with also keeping the other areas of their life intact. So this weekend, I just finished up. I don't even want to tell you how many of these I've been to. It's called First Steps to Success. I've been to a lot over 12 years, a lot. And they have helped me to build a foundation in my marriage, in my parenting, in my business, in my finances. We were $250,000 in debt. $250,000 in debt. Drowning in debt, going $1,000 in debt every single month. It was crazy. This was like, and our only bills was like a $425 apartment, right? And maybe a car bill. Oh yeah, and plus all the credit cards, student loans, all of that. It was crazy. But we were earning good money, going $1,000 in debt, drowning in debt. So when I started this training with DannyJohnson.com, I took their program called War on Debt. Me and my husband took that. In the first 2 years, we paid off over $100,000 in debt. We got our marriage like we could breathe again instead of heading towards divorce. I took my business hours from 60 hours a week down to like 30, and probably even less if I really thought about what business I was doing. But it is really foundational. So coming up in April is another First Steps to Success. I highly encourage you to get registered for that. You can attend virtually. Right now, the tickets will be the cheapest. I have a good, amazing couple of friends that work at DannyJohnson.com who can help you see if there's any like special deals or sales or things like that. Their name are Tammy Price and Brad Young. I'll make sure to tag them on here. But so that's the first thing. The second thing, if you're in business, particularly the business I'm in, if you probably know what business that is. If you're in business and you really want to take your business to the next level, you're tired of struggling, you're stuck at a certain promotion level right now, you maybe even want to start a home business, or you're thinking about starting a home business, on Tuesdays, starting next week, we're going to have an open class every Tuesday. I'm going to run that for about 4 weeks open, meaning it's not just for my associates or people I'm bringing in business with me. So, but you have to be in the same company, preferably, that I'm in. I may even rethink that if you're really serious and just kind of want to see that example. So we're going to have a blast. We're going to celebrate every Tuesday. We're going to celebrate our wins. We're going to learn. We're going to grow. We're going to have prizes. It's going to be a short 30, 45 minutes starting at 7 p.m. Central. 7 p.m. Central. So every Tuesday, we're going to do this. I hope you will join me. If you're an associate on my team, I would love for you to join me. I think the training is going to be spectacular. I know it is because you're going to be coaching with my coach, the coach who helped me go from $250,000 in debt to paying off over $100,000 that first couple of years. And I will tell you the numbers even of what we've done since then during the training. Okay. It's phenomenal. It'll blow your mind. And I'm going to tell you stories like Trina Holden, right? I'm going to tell you more stories of amazing people who went from broke and broken to excelling, to never wanting to have kids or have another kid, to having another kid, to being able to pay off all their debt, to becoming amazing parents, to healing their marriages. So we're going to meet, we're going to celebrate, we're going to encourage each other, we're going to have fun, we're going to have prizes, and we're going to learn simple steps to grow your business. It is specific for business, but we're going to be sharing a lot of awesome stories. You're going to get to coach with my coach. You're going to, what I've paid hundreds now, over 12 years, over $100,000 to fly, to travel, to invest in that training. You're going to get to coach with my coach directly. Okay, so this is Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Central. Make sure you message me if you want to get the Zoom link. We're going to meet on Zoom. It's going to be lots of fun. All right, well, I'll see you next week on Tuesday. Bye-bye.